I've got two side hustles that no one is talking about that can make you over $300 daily, thousands monthly. No experience necessary. Just follow these steps. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Rinde from AskRinde. Welcome. Please subscribe to the #1 community for real estate income, grants, and credit. So if you'd like to know what these two side hustles are that no one is talking about that can make you thousands of dollars on a monthly basis, make sure you watch the video to the end. Leave a comment below if you need help with anything. There are many ways to generate extra money this year. One of the most lucrative is real estate. Real estate, real estate, real estate. Homes, investment, land, commercial, rental, and that's where you come in. So our first side hustle is being a showing assistant. So a showing assistant is someone who actually opens up homes and shows them on behalf of real estate agents. According to NAR, the National Association of Realtors, there are currently over 1.6 million realtors in the US, and many of these agents are working with renters, buyers, and sellers and trying to place them in homes, which makes being a showing assistant one of the best side hustles that you can actually start this year, because it provides a unique opportunity for you to actually help these agents by showing their clients homes, which helps them write contracts, close sales, and rinse and repeat. Now I can tell you, as a real estate agent here in New Jersey, there are many times that I may not have time to be able to show a client a property, and a showing assistant can actually be a great help for me in those times. I may have a meeting across town, I may have a meeting out of state, I may travel, but the client actually needs to be able to see the property at the time. Their schedule doesn't permit or have a window of time to wait. They need to see the property at the time that they need to see it, whether they're going to be looking at a property for rent or for purchase or for investment. And the timing is important, both for the client's schedule as well as the property still being available. So a showing assistant showing up and actually letting them walk through the property, giving them the opportunity to be able to see it on behalf of the agent, gives them the opportunity to be able to get the access that they need to make a qualified decision on whether or not that piece of property is something that they want. That's why the showing assistant is so important and in such high demand. So on average, showing assistants can charge anywhere from $45 to $55 per house or per showing. In some cases, they even charge per hour. So as you can see, this is extremely lucrative. You can actually work with relocation agents, top producing agents, and any of those 1.6 million agents across the US, from beginners to experience. Because being a showing assistant doesn't require much skill. It doesn't require much experience. It just needs you to be able to show up, open up the property so that the person can get in and make an informed decision, be able to actually lay eyes on the property and see it, and then communicate with their agent and go over the particulars that they require so that they can actually move forward and make the purchase. So depending on your market, your clientele, and the hours that you choose to work, you can easily make over $300 on a daily basis. That will require you to actually show minimum 5 to 7 homes on a daily basis, depending on what you're charging per showing. So this is a very lucrative side hustle, and there are many people making thousands of dollars on a monthly basis doing exactly that. So to start your showing assistant side hustle, you'll need two things. Depending on your state, you may need to be licensed, so you need to check your state to see if you need to be licensed in order to be able to get access to the second thing that you need, the second tool that you need, and that is an MLS Access keypad. So we actually have these on our phone here in our market in New Jersey, and this is actually what we use to be able to access properties. This is the app. So this is actually the Super Key app. And as you can see from my screen here, it actually has a button to actually obtain the key. So when you actually show up to the property, you plug in your PIN and you're actually able to point it at the box, and then the box pops open and opens the key, gives the key to you, so you can actually open the door and go into the property. Now here we actually have super boxes on our properties, but there are also lock boxes with combination codes. So I'm actually a listing agent and I sell real estate here in New Jersey. Some of our properties actually have this system on it. Some of our properties have a manual code that you actually just plug or roll the code to be able to open up the box and get access. And another great thing about this tool and this app, using it for your showing assistant side hustle, is that it gives you data at the door. It also gives you pro walkthrough and also a flashlight if you need it. So if you actually go into a property and it's actually extra dark or you need to go into the basement, it actually has a flashlight feature. And this is very useful and helpful when you're walking with clients and you're showing them. You're just basically letting them into the property, let them go around, see it, walk the property, and then refer all the questions that they have to their agent. Your job is to basically just show up, You get paid, you open the door for them, they walk it. If they have any questions, you direct them to their agent to work through all the particulars. So this is actually how easy it is. You can actually easily make over $300 a day doing this exact side hustle. And one of the best and easiest ways for you to get business as a showing assistant and start that side hustle are Facebook groups. There are many agents that actually are in Facebook groups and they are looking to connect with other agents. They may be in another market and they are actually looking to see how they can service a customer in a specific market, and you're there. You can actually open up and show the property, and in a trusted fashion they know that the property will be actually shown and conveyed to their client without having to compete, without having to actually split commission with someone else that will show that property. And the great thing about this showing assistant app that can make you well over $300 on a daily basis is that it only costs $10 a month. That's it. It only costs $10 a month. That's the charge to be able to have that active. So you can earn $45 to $50 per showing using the showing assistant app and making well over $300 on a daily basis and thousands of dollars on a monthly basis. The second side hustle that no one is talking about that you can do this year is starting a rent-to-own business. So as you heard me talk about this here on my channel many times, and that is rent-to-own is the bridge to real estate. So as we're seeing with the market shift, there's a lot going on in real estate right now that many people can't explain. One moment they think that the market is going to be plummeting. The next moment they think that the market is going higher. So no one really knows where the floor is or where the floor is going to be. The great thing about rent to own is that it's the safest place in real estate. You don't need banks and you don't need credit, but you can actually move into property immediately and also have the option to purchase that property at a later date. So right now, with the market being uncertain, this is not the time to actually anchor yourself in, specifically if you're in a bad loan or in a high interest loan. You want to make sure that you're protected and you want to buy the property correctly. This is how we advise our clients as realtors and also as investors here in New Jersey and in the New York market. We want to make sure that they're protected because we know that you can get into the property, but getting in is easy. Getting out is the issue. So we want to make sure that they can buy with equity. They can actually buy properties and safely stay in that property and avoid foreclosure and avoid a strain. So rent to own allows you the ability to be able to expand yourself and move yourself into real estate. If you don't have a piece of property yet and you're renting and you want to see how you can actually purchase, this is the best way to jumpstart yourself towards home ownership. In addition, if you already have existing property and you want to expand, that also is the best way to be able to expand outside of just your primary residence. You can actually start acquiring property and become an investor using rent to own as a business and also a strategy. So we teach people actually how to do rent to own around the country to be able to purchase property for themselves and also to start it as a business. This is something that I've been doing now for 20 years, and I actually bought my first property via rent to own. And I've shared in many of my videos the strategies, the wealth building strategies behind rent to own and how it can be lucrative and change the dynamic for your entire family. So with rent to own, there's a process. You have to first start by choosing what area you want to live in. Where do you want to move your family? Do you need a school system? Do you need a central location to be able to get to public transportation, etc.? Then the next thing is you want to choose the type of home. So in many cases, rent to own is actually cheaper than renting itself. This is actually why we're seeing an uptake in our rent to own business, because so many people are opting for rent to own because rent to own have different types of properties. You can actually do this with condos, single family rentals, multifamilies, commercial spaces. But the lucrative part about rent to own is that you're positioning yourself for the best of both worlds. You're renting and you're later going to be purchasing that same property with the first right of option. Now there are many benefits to this because oftentimes with a purchase, you're purchasing the property and you've done a home inspection, but you really don't know the property. You don't know the area. You don't really know what's going on. But what you're renting to own is different. You live in the property, so you know what the issues are with the boiler. You know the issues are in the neighborhood. You know what's going on, and you actually are well informed while you're actually in the process of purchasing the property. You're living in the property and experiencing homeownership while you're actually exercising your option to be able to purchase it later on. That gives you time to be able to get prepared for your credit if you don't have good credit. It gives you time to be able to redo your finances and structure yourself in a way that you can actually get an institutional loan or mortgage to be able to purchase the property. And it also gives you time and positions you so you can actually apply for grants, which we teach you how to do in order to be able to get and use grants to purchase that same property. So there's so many benefits to rent to own, and this is one of the best side hustles because we show you how to control real estate. Not only do we show you how to make money on a monthly basis, but we position you so you can actually get and capture equity, which can be in the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and much more. So this is actually an extremely lucrative side hustle that no one is talking about. And I've been teaching this for years, and I've expanded my real estate portfolio using this exact same real estate strategy, and you can too. So one of the key things that we use to be able to analyze properties, to see which properties fit for rent to own, is our rent to own calculator. So our rent to own calculator is a game changer because you can actually see any property and basically plug in the numbers and see if it makes sense for rent to own. This is something that I actually never had when I first started, and I wish I did, but we created it and we've actually included in our rent to own masterclass. In addition to the rent to own calculator, we also have our grants calculator inside the rent to own calculator, and you'll be able to see all the numbers of how much you can save on a monthly basis and what you can make on a monthly basis using rent to own as a business. So we actually teach you how to find rent to own homes. We teach you the entire process. We have the contracts, we have the forms, we have the step-by-step process. We show you the formula, and also we have the rent to own calculator and also grants calculator. So if you'd like to get access and start that process in setting up one of the best side hustles that I've been doing now for a number of years that's driven our net worth up, make sure you join us for our Rent to Own Masterclass. You can actually start the Masterclass and join the many hundreds of people from all around the country that's inside the Masterclass that's actually making a lot of money doing rent to own. This is something that you can actually do again to expand your family empire, your family holdings. You need that basically. You need to control assets because you can leverage those assets as collateral for greater plays, for greater things that you actually want to do. Whether you want to do syndication, you want to do multifamily buildings, you need collateral. So make sure you join us for our Rent to Own Masterclass by going to my website at AskRinde.com, clicking on Rent to Own, and getting started today. So if you'd like to know more side hustles that you can actually do this year to be able to grow your income, to expand your family, and grow to the next level that no one is talking about, make sure you drop a comment in the comment section below. You can also email me. My email address is AskRindeNetwork@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.